We are continuing in the secrets of a Talmud, of a tractate of a Kiddushin, which I believe that you are also studying in the Machon, right? Kiddushin?
It's actually somehow parallel to the topics that I have since morning, like for a week now. I believe for 2 days now.
Okay, great. So this is on your page 28b, and we are going to talk about the power of words. Now, here's something that I learned from the tractate of Kiddushin. It is that it teaches us about the power of words. Words have the power to create a marriage, and words, unfortunately, have the power to destroy a marriage, God forbid. So one cannot underestimate the power of words. And what we are going to do today is explore, on one hand, the power that words have, and on the other hand, we're going to explore the boundaries for the power of words. And this is going to bring us to a very interesting journey. But first, I would like to ask you, where does the word Kiddushin come from?
Sanctification?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Sanctification. So first of all, it's important to know that the Talmud says that a Kiddushin is Lishnad Rabbanan, meaning the terminology of the sages. So a Kiddushin comes from the term Hekdesh. Hekdesh means to sanctify something, to the Beit HaMikdash, to the sanctuary. So if you look at a source 1, who wants to read it? It is from,
Okay. Introduction, Kiddushin and Hekdesh. The tractate of Kiddushin. Now, what does the rabbinical term connote? That he, the husband, interdicts her to all men as Hekdesh.
Okay, thank you. So the question is, what does it actually mean, Kiddushin? So the Talmud explains that if a husband actually says words, which we are going to soon study about these important words, that forbid his wife to become unto the whole world, meaning that she only belongs to him. Now, when the Natan holds his wing underneath the chuppah, and he is ready to place it on the bride's finger, so he says, who wants to read it? So also you too, it is from the Siddur.
The Siddur, behold, you are consecrated to me by means of this ring, according to the ritual of Moses and Israel.
Okay, thanks. Now, just to note that it doesn't have to necessarily, according to the original halakha, it doesn't have to be done by a ring. It is just enough that the man gives an object that is worth at least a puta, if it is according to a Beit Hillel, and then the woman is mekudeshet. However, the sages, and this is the custom, they decided that it should be a ring. Does anybody know why? Why is it important that it'll be?
I hear that ring is a symbol of infinity. Like.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know the other meaning.
That's right. This is one view of that a ring hasn't got a beginning and it hasn't got an end, right? So it may the happiness of the new couple be everlasting without any end to it. Another reason, does anyone know?
Like it shows to the outside world to everybody else that this woman is married.
That's right. That is something. That's right. And the Sefer HaChinuch, he says that a ring is an object that somebody could wear. So it is a constant reminding of the marriage. There are
for the married couple itself.
Right. Oh. Yes. Also for the married couple. So it is there are many reasons why it is important to have a ring. There's also a Kabbalistic meaning.
But the custom is that the husband usually doesn't wear a ring, or
That's right. The traditional custom is that the husband that doesn't wear a ring, but there are also customs. Mainly new customs, but some are not as new. But also a husband may wear a ring if he chooses to. Okay, so now let's see the Tosfot, and then we are going to put everything together. So you're free.
I'll read it. Tosafot, behold, you are consecrated to me. That is to say, to become consecrated to all, meaning that the husband interdicts her to all for me, as it says, let them be consecrated to heaven. Mishnah Detarim. They belong to heaven.
Okay, thank you. Now, I would like to ask you, if we explored the meaning, the terminology of the sages concerning Kiddushin, and we said it is similar to Hekdesh. Could anybody say why? What is the connection between the two?
I guess because for Hekdesh, you put it aside for something special.
That's right.
So also your wife, she's yours now. So
Mm-hmm.
so putting her aside, like no other guy can take her.
That's right. That is very nice what you said. So the similarity between Hekdesh is also that you have through words. That the groom says, Hareyat Mekudeshet Li. So his wife is a special only for him. And the same thing applies also concerning a Hekdesh. How do you sanctify an object? So let's say that I wish to sanctify my pen, for the temple. What do I have to do? Do I have to bring it to the temple?
You just have to declare it.
You anoint it? Words.
That's right. I just say words, and this pen is sanctified. So this is a connection between a Kiddushin and a Hekdesh that teach us the power of words, that both of these work through words. And Also, as a Yador said, that the connection is that in a Kiddushin, so the man, it says the words that through the power, his wife is a special for him. So in the same way, also Hekdesh, it is a special for the temple. So also we could learn something very interesting. Thanks. Very interesting that there is a connection between a Hekdesh and a Kiddushin. That Hekdesh, you sanctify something for the temple, right? And the Kiddushin, you will sanctify the marriage, and you would build a home together. And the home is like a temple. It is like a Beit Mikdash. It is like a sanctuary. And this is what Rabbi Akiva he taught us. You could look in the source 4. Go ahead, yeah.
Sota 17a. Rabbi Akiva taught that if husband and wife merit, the Shekinah, the divine presence, dwells between them.
Thank you. So, with full understanding of the terminology of the sages, in Kiddushin, we come to understand the meaning of building a Jewish marriage, which is a sanctuary for the Shekhinah. So now we are going to examine another aspect to the power of words concerning Hekdesh. Okay? And this is something very interesting. So this is from the tractate of the Kiddushin, where it says a dedication by words. Source 5 in the Mishnah. Who wants to read?
I'm going to read it.
You read it?
Yeah. Mishnah Kiddushin 28b. Sanctuary, Hekdesh, title to property is acquired by money. The title of common person to property by Hazakha. Dedication by words to the sanctuary is equal to deliver to a common person.
Okay, thank you. So, last week we studied something very interesting, if you remember, about the method of acquisition. That normally, that according to the Torah, the original law, if, for example, I wish to acquire this pen from Yosef, okay? So what I have to do is according to the Torah, so I have to pay you money, okay, for this pen, okay? However, what the Chachamim said, that it is not enough that I just say pay you money, because that the pen is still in your possession. And since it is still in your possession,
you have to do a sheikha.
That's right. It could be that a tornado might come, and the pen would be swept up by the tornado.
Yeah. Remember this.
Right? So in that case, who is going to be responsible for the pen?
Well, it depends. If he picked it up, he is. If he didn't, then you.
Well, I didn't pick it up yet. I only paid him the money. I didn't pick it up yet.
Wait, who's getting it?
I am going to purchase. I gave him money for the pen.
But they haven't given you the pen yet?
Right, no.
So
It is
I
still
got
in your
the money,
hand.
I got the pen.
That's right. So,
Okay.
so So according to the Torah, I am irresponsible because the acquisition has been completed when I gave you the money. However, the sages said that I have to actually take the pen into my possession, and then the moment that I took the pen into my possession, it is called, as I said, it is Mashiach.
Mhm.
So this is true to common people. However, concerning Hekdesh, for example, of the treasure of the temple, okay, so it says in the Mishnah that it goes to the original law of the Torah. Okay, so let's say that you are the treasurer of a temple, okay? And then you want to purchase this pen. So it is enough that you just pay the money, and it is yours, okay? So this is what it says. The sanctuary is hektish, title to a property is acquired by money. The title of a common person to property by chazakah, which over here means meshicha, that I have to take it into my possession. Dedication by words to the sanctuary is equal to delivery to a common person. So let's say that I say this pen is going to belong to the sanctuary, to the temple, so it belongs to the sanctuary. I don't have to do any method of acquisition. Okay, so this is the law concerning the difference between a hekdesh and a regular acquisition. Okay, so the sanctuary has greater power to acquire property than a common person. And there are two aspects to this. So the first aspect is what we just said, that according to Rabbi Yochanan, the sages removed the law of the Torah, that an acquisition for an item is made by handling money. The sages decreed that all acquisitions must be made by Meshichav. As we said, it is physically transferring the pen from one another. So, as we said, the sages did not remove the Torah law concerning Hekdesh. So, concerning a Hekdesh, the original law is still valid. That an acquisition for an item is made by handling money. Okay? And even if the item is on the other side of the world. So, let's say that this pen is in North Korea, okay? So I don't have to physically travel to North Korea. It is not advisable, but don't try it. So I just have to pay the money, and it is mine. Okay? If I am a treasurer of a hekdesh. So this is the first aspect, that the hekdesh has got a greater power to acquire an item than a regular person. The second aspect is concerning a common person. He's transferring the ownership of let's say if it's a pen, okay? This has to be done with a kinyan, a method of acquisition, right? But regarding a hekdesh, words are enough. Even if his pen is in North Korea and it belongs to me, so I could say, this pen in North Korea, it is for the temple. And then if, what's the name of the dictator of North Korea? Okay, so if he assigns checks with this pen, so he isn't allowed to do so because it belongs to a hectus, belongs to the temple. Okay, so any place that the pen any place that the pen is, even if it is in the other side of the world, so it belongs to the hekdesh.
Rabbi, I have a question.
Only by words, yes.
What if so this is only pertains only to a specific item?
Real estate as well.
Real estate?
Real estate as well. If you have a mansion in Ireland, so you would just have to say, this mansion is sanctified for the temple, and presto, it is sanctified to the temple.
So
Real estate as well.
doesn't have to be going to the temple.
That's right.
So,
It belongs to the temple. The treasurer of the temple can sell it. Okay? And so this shows the power of words from a hekdesh. Yeah.
so the moment something is sanctified for the temple, one cannot release it anymore? Or
That's right. That's it. So
like forever, it belongs to the temple.
that's right. So we don't try it at home. We don't say that your property is sanctified to the temple, because it is a serious business. Because
But
what you say, it cannot be released. Okay, so this shows the power of a words. It is nothing to mess about with, because that this law also applies today, even when there is no temple.
Oh, really?
Also today, that's right.
So
If somebody says that his Rolls Royce or his everybody now goes driving around in a Tesla. Okay, so if somebody says that the Tesla is sanctified to the temple, no Tesla. You can't drive it anymore. Okay, so
A Kohen could drive it.
what?
A Kohen could drive it?
Even a Kohen can't. It belongs to the temple.
it's just
He
borrowing.
can't do it. What?
The coin is just borrowing.
No, it isn't allowed to. Nobody could touch anything that belongs to the temple. So that's right. It is a serious business. And it shows the power of words.
So, Rabbi, how about consumables? Let's say, for example, I declare the ice
Ice
cube.
Ice
Ice
cubes.
cube is perishable
Ah.
goods.
Well, nobody could enjoy it until it melts by itself. Nobody can use it.
Oh.
Anything that is sanctified for the temple is forbidden to use or to enjoy.
All right. As long as you dedicate it to the temple, even though it doesn't make it,
That's right.
make it to the temple, it's still.
That's right. Nobody could enjoy it. Okay. So we must try and understand the deeper meaning of a law that dedication by words to the sanctuary is equal to a delivery to a common person. We have to try and understand the power of words. So, in order to do so, we're going to look at source 7, the Jerusalem Talmud. Who wants to read this?
I read it. Okay, the whole world is Hashem's treasury. Yerushalmi Talmud. The sanctuary's Hekdesh title to property is acquired by money. The title of a common person to property by Hazakah. In what manner? A treasurer of the temple who gave Hekdesh funds to purchase movable property automatically purchases the Hekdesh property in any place which it is located, as it is stated. Hashem's is the earth and its fullness, in its fullness, the inhabited land and those who dwell in it.
Thank you. So we could learn from here that the Jerusalem Talmud brings a very important verse. LaHashem ha'aretz u'melo'ah hetevel v'yoshvei ba. For Hashem is the earth and its fullness, the inhabited land and those. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shekol yeh b'torah.
Amen.
So, there's a law that one's yard acquires all objects which are located within it. Okay? So, for example, if for example, a meteorite falls in your yard, okay? And you discover that the meteorite is full of diamonds, okay? That's right.
When?
And then the government comes, and the minister of agriculture comes, and the minister of finance comes, and the minister of
National security.
his space comes, okay? And then they all say, you have to give it to the government. No, you do not have to give it to the government, because when it fell in your property, it belongs to you, because it is called a kinyan chatzer. Okay? By the way, even if a meteorite falls and it doesn't have any diamonds, it is still valuable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is still valuable. I'm sure that many millionaires would be happy to purchase it, right? So, therefore, if we say that there is a kinyan chatzer, that everything that is in your property belongs to you, okay? So, similar to that, the world is considered Hashem's yard. Everything belongs to Hashem, right? So, it is not necessary for a special kinyan to transfer the ownership of property to Hekdesh, because it says LaHashem ha'aretz u'melo'ah. So that is why, if I sanctify this pen to Hekdesh, and this pen is in North Korea, it doesn't matter. It still belongs to a Hekdesh, because the whole world belongs to Hashem, also in North Korea.
Right.
everything belongs to Hashem, right?
Even without Hekdesh, like everything belongs to Hashem. So why do we have to like specifically
That's right.
say this belongs to Hashem?
Ah. Okay, very good. We'll get to that question. That is very, very good what you're saying. Because there's a built-in paradox. We're going to get to the paradox momentarily, okay? Okay? I just want to strengthen the idea with the tractate of Yechulin, okay? This is an interesting question. I think that you are going to find it very interesting. Let's say that I sanctified, if it's a 5 shekel to a hekdesh, okay? And then it was stolen or it was lost, okay? Before I put it in the tzedakah box of the hekdesh, okay? Am I responsible? Do I have to replace it with another 5 shekel? What do you say?
I don't think so.
Why?
It's because it's the declaration is in the specific item and the
The specific item. Okay, that's
yeah,
interesting.
if it was stolen or
So I
lost
said a
somehow.
5 shekel. Okay, I said a 5 shekel. That's right. If it's a specific item, if it was a stolen, okay. That is a nice opinion. We are soon going to receive that it's a disagreement between Rabbi Yochanan and a Reish Lakish. Okay, so you go according to Reish Lakish. Okay, who thinks otherwise that one has to replace this a 5 shekel? Nobody thinks so. Okay, but Rabbi Yochanan thinks so. Okay, so let's see what Rabbi Yochanan says. Who wants to read source 8?
Okay, I read it. We find the following question. If a man said, let the money before the
Money is a type of a coin. Okay.
Let this money be for the temple treasury, and it was stolen or lost. Does he have to replace it?
Mm-hmm.
We find 2 opinions. Rabbi Yochanan says he's responsible for it until it reaches the hands of the temple treasurer. But Reish Lakish says wherever it is in Hashem's treasury, for it is written. Wherever it is in Hashem's treasury, for it is written, Hashem's is the earth and its fullness.
Thank you. So it doesn't matter if I lost it. It belongs to Hashem because I dedicated it for the temple. Okay. Even if it fell. I read somewhere that the Chinese are digging a very deep hole, 10,000 meters under the ground. I don't know why they're doing it, but they are doing it.
That doesn't sound good.
What?
Doesn't sound too good.
Maybe they're trying it to a.
Reach America.
That's the reason.
First drones now, tunnels.
So.
Next level, man.
Let's say that my 5 shekel fell into that 10,000 meter hole. Okay? So there's no way to get it. But it doesn't matter because the whole world belongs to Hashem, right? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter if it's here or it's there. It belongs to Hashem anyway. Yes?
I think it depends on what you say. Like if you say this specific coins belong to Hashem, then it belongs to Hashem. And you say like the 5 shekel, like any 5 shekel there.
So it's talking about this specific coin, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what actually happens with the hekdesh in the temple?
Yeah,
They can't. Yeah, if they can't use it, like.
They can use it for the benefit of the temple.
So
they could use it to change.
Then
they could use it to change the light bulbs in the temple.
Okay. So if
they're going to be electricity in the temple, do you think?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, there sure
right?
there might be, but in the first 2 there wasn't.
If there will be electricity, it is going to be lead. LED light bulbs because it saves energy, right? Yeah.
So if I make a dish Tesla, they would sell it and use it for reparation and stuff, like for light bulbs.
Perhaps the Kohen Gadol is going to drive in it.
So he's allowed to drive it.
For the sake of the temple, for the sake of the temple.
For mitzvah, he goes to somewhere.
Maybe.
Drop off the cliff for Yom Kippur.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Okay. So,
Question.
yeah.
What if you like lose the coin?
hmm
So there are two opinions, but how do you go? Like,
Ah,
how do you follow?
who would you go according to? Let's see. I'm gonna check a moment. I don't remember.
For me, it
Good question.
should be on Rish Lakish because your kavanah was on that particular coin because you didn't declare it specifically, like or not specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Just for me,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. But yeah,
So, if a whole world is considered Hashem's treasury, there is no need for the item which was dedicated to be taken to a specific place. So, for one who dedicated this a coin, okay, he does not have to replace it if it is lost or stolen. So I think it is according to Yeresh Lakish. Yeah. I think that the law is according to Yeresh Lakish, but I have to check it. Okay. So okay. So now, remind me your name? Eov. So now, Eov asked before that there is a hidden paradox, right? Because that although there is great power for the words that we say, to cause to dedicate an item or real estate to the temple, right? And that means that nobody could use it. However, we must know that the whole world anyway belongs to Hashem. So what are we doing? What is the whole idea of Hekdesh? There's a paradox. I am saying this pen I have to be careful what I say because otherwise it could actually be sanctified to the temple. But let's say that I say that this pen is going to be sanctified to the temple, I am actually not really doing anything because that it anyway belongs to Hashem, right? Mm. Everything belongs to Hashem. So there is a built-in paradox. A very good Yov. That's a very good question. So, could anybody solve the paradox? There's a simple way to solve it.
Maybe it's an idea, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe like it's more for us that like it's obvious that like Hashem is all like Hashem's and everything belongs to him. But it's more like of a thing for us to like to remind us that like Hashem is in control and it's more of a thing for us to do, like for our sake, Hashem's sake.
That's right. From the point of view of Hashem, there is no difference if you were sanctified or you don't sanctified. Like we say that the sacrifices, if they aren't for Hashem, He doesn't need any sacrifices. It is actually for us. So, in the same way, the pen, from the point of the moment that I sanctify this to the temple, from the point of view of everyone else in the world, nobody could use it. Okay? So, as you said, it is for us. So, so we must know that on the one hand, man has got great power to influence the world. He can sanctify objects, he can sanctify real estate, he can sanctify things. With a one word, he can build worlds and destroy them. Okay? Death and life are in the power of the tongue. But on the other hand, man must know that in his essence, he is powerless. All his powers are given to him by Hashem. So he must have the responsibility to use them in the correct way. So I would just like to conclude with a saying of a Rabbi Simcha Bunim of a Psischa, one of the great masters of a Chassidut. So he once said to his students, every one of you must have 2 pockets in order to use either one as necessary. In the right pocket, one should carry the words, the world was created for me. In the left pocket, one should carry the words, I am but dust and ash. So the power of words are great. However, they are also limited. So one has to use his power wisely, but nonetheless understand that his power is given to him by Hashem. So good evening, everyone.